Next on Worcester News Tonight, local police weigh in on a shocking report sent out by the state auditor. Plus, a popular bus line used in Worcester announces it will expand services in the city. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Some shocking news today from the state auditor on Massachusetts sex offenders. A new report finds the state has lost track of more than 1,700 convicted sex offenders. Local authorities say the news is concerning. Our Cam Jandro is now joining us live with the details. Cam?
Anna, today's report showed the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry is missing all the addresses for all of those offenders. I caught up with a few local police departments to see what they had to say on the situation.
Auditor Suzanne Bump releases a new report claiming the state doesn't know the location of more than 1,700 sex offenders. It also shows nearly 1,000 of them were never classified. Bump says it's disturbing.
One of the reasons that they didn't know the whereabouts was that they weren't using data that is information that other agencies in state government had.
The numbers come after a year-long analysis of the Sex Offender Registry Board. Here in central Massachusetts, police departments say having this many undocumented offenders is a major concern.
These are people we need to know where they are, and we need to monitor what they're doing for employment to make sure that we're keeping our communities safe.
You don't keep tabs on them if you don't know where they are. You don't even have a name, you don't have anything. So that's clearly something that needs to be addressed.
The registry board allows offenders to be classified from levels 1 through 3 and notify residents in the area. The police departments we spoke to say after hearing this news, it's important for citizens to take the proper precautions.
You have to be vigilant in who your family is interacting with. Stay alert, stay prepared, and get information.
Don't put yourself in a position with somebody that you're not aware of, because you just don't know. And you know, we're talking close to 1,700 undocumented potential level 2, level 3 offenders that are out there.
Now, the registry says right now they simply don't have the most efficient way to track all of these offenders, but they say they hope to change that in the near future. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. Well, today we're learning new developments on the 2016 murder of Auburn police officer Ronald Tarantino Jr. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office revealing today the results of their investigation. The report says Jorge Zambrano used a stolen gun to kill Officer Tarantino during a traffic stop. Later that day, Zambrano was fatally shot by state troopers in Oxford. The report claims the use of deadly force was justified. A Charlton teacher is being remembered tonight by the man who hired him almost 10 years ago. The Dudley Charlton Regional School District Superintendent says John Pear was a rare leader and hopes his legacy lives on. Our Rosalind Flaherty tells us how he's being remembered.
Greg Desto remembers his friend John Pear as easygoing.
Just a regular guy, kind of guy you like to hang out with, and a wonderful guy to work with, great sense of humor.
The 40-year-old teacher at Charlton Middle School was struck and killed while riding his bicycle on Route 20 earlier this month. The Dudley Charlton Regional School District Superintendent says he knew there was an accident because buses were stuck in traffic.
I went home, it's probably 8:30 or so that night, not thinking anything of it, and got the call from John's wife, and it was just disbelief at that point.
The tragedy rocked the Dudley Charlton community.
There's been a ton of affected kids. I mean, kids who had him at Dudley Middle School are now in high school. Some of them are even graduated from high school. I've got kids from college coming back and checking in.
Desto hired Pear as his assistant principal at Dudley Middle School in 2008. He says it didn't take long for the two to become close friends.
Just over the years, what was a professional, collegial relationship became one that was more as well personal, and our wives were friendly and our kids played together.
Pear had just become an alternative classroom teacher in Charlton. Desto says he was a big champion for kids who struggled.
If a kid came to school without clean clothes, that was his kid.
Desto says he is overwhelmed by the support he has seen and hopes Pear's legacy will live on.
When times are really bad, it seems like you see the best in people. And I'd like to be able to see that without having to have had the tragedy, but it's very uplifting in a difficult time to know that all those people care about us.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
We're getting our first look at the man charged with the murder of Worcester teacher's aide Sandra Hare. 55-year-old Jose Melendez pleaded not guilty Wednesday in Worcester Superior Court. Hare was found dead in her Worcester apartment in February. Prosecutors say DNA from a 2000 rape case linked Melendez to the murder. He's ordered held without bail and will be back in court November 20th. Greyhound Bus Lines announced Wednesday it will be expanding services here in Worcester. Greyhound has increased non-stop service to Boston and added Hartford, Connecticut, Springfield, Mass, and New York to its list of destinations people can travel to from Worcester. Andy Kaplinski, Chief Commercial Officer of Greyhound Lines, Inc., says in part, Greyhound will continue to deliver everyday low prices on these routes, providing Worcester customers connections to our national network of more than 3,800 destinations. As we continue to extend our service in the Northeast, we hope to offer additional routes to and from Worcester in the near future. One of the country's largest retailers will soon be led by two women, and one of them has ties here in Worcester. Kohl's announced Wednesday Michelle Goss, who earned a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from WPI back in 1990, will be the new CEO. This after current CEO Kevin Mansell announced he'll be retiring next year after spending 35 years with the company. Goss joined Kohl's in 2013, and in 2015, she became the company's Chief Merchandising and Customer Officer. Prior to working with Kohl's, she spent nearly 17 years at Starbucks. Worcester takes another step at trying to bring Amazon into the city. Last week, City Manager Edward Augustus says he plans to sign Worcester onto a statewide pitch for a second Amazon headquarters. At Tuesday night's City Council meeting, Augustus says he plans to put in a second bid just for Worcester. The discussion was brought on by at-large Councilor Connie Lukes. She says the city should focus on its own pitch rather than a statewide effort. Augustus says he wants to give Worcester every possible opportunity to receive some or all of the $5 billion investment Amazon is looking to make in its new headquarters.
Chance I can get to get a piece of this or to get all of this for the city of Worcester. So I want to buy 2 lottery tickets, not just one, and avail ourselves of every possible opportunity to get any of this Amazon investment in the city of Worcester.
Proposals are due back to Amazon by October 19th. The shelves are bare at a food pantry in Northborough, and as our Brittany Schaefer explains, they're now reaching out to the community in hopes of receiving some much-needed donations.
You can see our shelves are getting bare.
The Northborough Food Pantry is in serious need of donations. The pantry feeds 70 families every week in town. Director Karen Skopetsky says this summer has been slow.
Well, the summer's always tough, and then, you know, everybody's away vacationing in the summer. So this is the beginning of the school year, so we're a little low.
Skopetsky says the Northborough community always steps up when the pantry is in need.
We put out a Facebook post. And then I've gotten a lot of response from that. People calling me, they're gonna, come down and drop it off.
Chet's Diner in Northborough saw an opportunity to do something to help their community.
My mom actually got some Red Sox tickets from another charity event, and she said, wouldn't it be a great idea to take those Red Sox tickets that was already for a charity and make more money off of it and give it to the food pantry.
In just one day, the diner collected $200 in donations, and they'll be selling tickets again Thursday before announcing the winner.
It makes me feel great to know that we can help Northborough, where I'm from, and the community. It's very important. We want to make a difference.
Skopetsky says she is grateful for the community because their donations keep the food pantry alive.
They need help, so every little bit helps. And the community's good at, sending the word and then stepping up to the plate and dropping off food.
Now, if you'd like to donate, the pantry is accepting food donations at their location at 37 Pierce Street in Northborough. Skopetsky says peanut butter, jelly, tuna, and pasta are great, easy donations that they use often. Brittany Schaefer was